So it wasn't any unknown scenario for me, and any thing I was so I was coming like to Warsaw really. When I appeared here 2 weeks ago for the first time, I just felt like I'm in Warsaw. So it's and even when I was traveling with some people, they were surprised that seems to me, and that's mainly the impression of my first start with people, that people start to complain a little bit about some things not working. It's not a special scenario, We are all in the countries which are growing up, and the things needs time to fix all the infrastructure issues and so on and so on. So I feel here very comfortable. I feel here very well, and I think that's exactly what I was expecting.
And what are your first objectives?
To lead the subsidiary over the next years in the business. Yeah, I will take care of the organization, set up the organization to the next level.
What will
growing the business? I don't know, and you need time to get into the details. I plan no changes in people right now, so because there is no reason to that. I want to get into the business, and in the business you need sometimes to get into the details until you make a decision. So there will be no important decision in a short period of time.
Are you staying here full time in Bucharest?
No, my wife seeks for a flat right now, so we will be moving, and I hope to move within this month and be from 1st of December 100% staying here.
You are to be head of Microsoft Romania for how long?
I said before, I hope long enough, So and I think at least 3 years.
How do you categorize the work of Mr. Tatomir at Microsoft?
I very appreciate the work he has done. He had a tough time. He started to make some changes and going into the much more strong business scenario. It's another good time. That was a change management agent, and I think Karin decided also that, to move away because he recognized that this job who he was appointing to was just finished to the extent he can leave it to the next successor. So I really appreciate this job, and I think he left to me a very, very good subsidiary to build on for the future.
What do you know about Romania?
I was here many times before, so I know the country from more or less books. I was visiting when I was young. I was also on the seaside of Romania, foreign note in '83. I always say the 2 words I remember from this time is hidrobicicleta and îngheţata. So it's kind of funny, This is what you get as a kid from a seaside thing. I'm a guitar fan, and I love the gypsy culture, and big part of the gypsy culture and the music is coming from this region. So I'm very, very interested in that. My dream was to visit Delta, Danube Delta. So the next thing I do privately, I will go there just to look at this ecosystem there. It's incredible. That's it.
Are you fan of more like Fenders or Gibson?
More the acoustic guitars. Martin and Tyler and so on. So it's a little different.
In your opinion, what's your best recommendation to be the head of Romania Microsoft?
So the question is more how should I approach it? What is my feeling? How should I approach it? I think the most important thing is to learn at the very beginning, to get familiar with things, to try to be as local as only possible. That's why I'm talking about the language and my big emphasis to get this done, and to understand, because I think on one hand side I see the enormous intellectual capabilities here. The education system in Romania is one of the best. When I was flying in, I saw the broadband penetration and the rates, which are the transition rates in Romania. So I was expecting, okay, you will be somewhere like Poland, but you are twice as good as us. Better than Germany, but the rest of the Europe. US is on 11, and Romania is on 20. I already say we so. And so I think that utilizing this is a story I have to understand how to play in this scenario. And the other thing is which I can bring to the subsidiary and maybe also to the people outside which I will be connected to and talking to is the experience how several things happened in other countries in Central Eastern Europe. In some areas you are ahead, in some areas you are behind, as usual. You know, any country has its focus areas, and I'm pretty sure that having this experience, I can foresee some things in certain areas where I'm knowledgeable.
If Mr. Tatomir's job was done here, why are you saying that you are going to continue what he was doing?
Why I'm saying this, it was done to a certain level, you know, and then and the business organization never stops, you know. So the next level is again to speeding up the teams to being more effective in the operations, getting better outreach to the markets, working on customer satisfaction, working on revenues, working on outreach to the market, to connection to the government, connection to the businesses. There is never-ending story in the business. You know?
Is your management style similar to Mr. Tatomir's?
Honestly, I don't know really Mr. Tatomir's style. So I know him from meetings outside of Romania, on the management meetings, and then you behave differently. I don't know. I have to get some feedback from the employees what was his style. My style is pretty simple. I'm a very easygoing person. I'm a very result-oriented person, but in a very, very easygoing way. And that's simple it, you know. And I'm a very direct person, so I don't waste words, let's say.
This moment is a good moment for Microsoft Romania to have this kind of a change?
I hope so. I hope so. And this depends on me, you know. So it's not depending on the situation, it's only depending on people. You know? So I think, and I'm absolutely sure that it is.
So what was the first thing you did yesterday when you came in the company?
So we had an open meeting with the subsidiary, and then I started to talk to people, nothing else, meeting people and just discussing how you're doing and what you're thinking. And
who complained the most?
Nobody. Strange enough, nobody complained. I don't know. This is a very good sign. Maybe someone will complain later on, then I will try to understand why. But in general, yesterday nobody complained.
Do you know the story Sobieski and the Romanians?
Yeah, I know the story from our side, from your side, you know. So we are proud of Sobieski being the winner about Turks on Vienna. You are proud to beating Sobieski. That's a good story. Thank you. Thank you very much.